It's time.
And shortly after getting off of our 15+ hour plane ride from Los Angeles, we had arrived in northeastern New South Wales to start off what should be a pretty epic series of herp videos in Australia. The area we're headed today is situated in some of the most pristine rainforests in eastern Australia, so I was really eager to get out into the field and see what we can find. Although we arrived at our accommodation rather late at night, we still decided to head off into the jungles and see what we can find and do a little bit of road cruising before we had to go to bed and get up early the next morning to search for some of the biggest targets for the trip.
All right, guys, it is hot. It's late. It's rainy. And we didn't have much of a successful night. We got out and it was, we got out really late, and there was just wasn't a whole lot moving. It was a nice orb weaver. We did find one small-eyed snake that I let slip away accidentally inside some grass, but that was the only snake in the night. But right now I'm just shining around some eucalyptus and some floodlands and seeing if I can turn up any nocturnal species around here. But I'll let you know if I find anything or the rain gets worse, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning in that case. All right, everybody, good morning. As you know, last night didn't go the best, but I'm out here this morning looking for red bellied black snakes, which is, some would say, the classic Australian elapid. So I'm just walking this kind of disturbed field edge and hoping to see one of these guys just basking, and then hopefully I can nab it before it gets in the bush. But yeah, I'm gonna do this for a couple more hours, go for a surf, and then do it for a couple more hours. Kind of nice habitat in there, but here I think a car drove through, so it's rather disturbed, but that also means I can see them much better. There's a creek right there, which they absolutely love. These guys feed on frogs, mostly, so it's pretty perfect habitat for them. So the unfortunate thing about being in a rainforest is, well, it rains sometimes. Yeah. Don't like my chances of seeing something in this stuff. A couple magpies. Saw a water dragon jump in the water. So that's been it so far. I talked to the owner of this property, and he said he's seen a ton of red bellies just cruising around the edge. That's what I'm kind of doing right now, just walking the edge, but still nothing. I'll check back in if that changes, or the rain decides to slow down. Wow, look at that. My first red-bellied snake. Red-bellied black snake. Biggest target for the trip. That is incredible. Beautiful. I'm gonna get some more photos and then get some more video. All right, here's another look at this beautiful red-bellied black snake, who hopefully won't go under my glove. Hopefully it won't go in my glove, but that's a beautiful snake right there. I don't want him to burrow again, but wow, that is the main target for this trip. Beautiful red-bellied black snake. So sick. Look at that thing. First good snake of the trip. That is a massive target accomplished. Such a pretty snake. All right, guys, here's one last look at this red belly, who's absolutely just chilling out on my hand. Just came back from the from surfing, but that is an epic snake. So sick. Up here, these Queensland red bellies are known for being kind of more aggressive, but this guy's been rather chill. And they're also known for having much less vibrantly red bellies as the South Coast red bellies. That is an absolutely incredible snake. In the backyard. So sick. But I'm gonna let this guy back to what he was doing and keep going. We're actually about to head out, try to look for rough-scaled snakes, which are far more dangerous than these guys. These guys are venomous, and they will kind of mess you up if they get you, but they're not really a whole lot to worry about. As in, there's a slight chance they'll send you to the hospital, but you're most likely just gonna have a really, really bad day, or maybe a couple of days. All right, guys, so just got off the freeway. We're out to go herping for the night, and found this guy. This is a really, really bizarre, this is an Australian blind snake. Kind of similar to the ones we have in the US. Really, really nothing much superficial going on about them. And although they are much larger, this thing is huge. It's got to be like a foot long. Ridiculous. But yeah, it's a cool find. I'm gonna get some more photos of this guy and keep flipping. Holy smokes. Look at the amount of cane toads under here. Fuck. Look at them. There's one there. There's one there. There's two back there. There's one there. Jesus. No snakes there. Looks pretty good. Try to get into some of this stuff. Stuff looks nice. All right, so we're headed off to our next destination. That flipping session didn't produce a whole lot more, but it's kind of cool, that blind snake. Interesting little species that resemble the species we get back home. Kind of similarly, but not really. They do in one way, and that is that they absolutely musk everywhere, which, oh shoot, yeah. Sure, let's pop in. Yeah, anyways, we're grabbing drinks right now. And then, no, we don't need gas. We're gonna head out to our road cruising spot, poke around there before dark, see if we can turn up like an Eastern brown. Unfortunately, we saw one dead on the road, allegedly. Dad doesn't think it was one, but I'm quite convinced, which is kind of sad because that's a really good find for around here. But yeah, I'm gonna check back in when we're at our spot. So after getting out of the car to flip a bit of tin before road cruising, I was very stupid and did not bring my GoPro or any hooks or gloves, and of course flipped this guy. This is the Eastern brown snake, Pseudonaga textilis, or the second most venomous snake on the face of the planet, set next to the inland taipan from Central Australia. But really, really awesome. This guy was one of the main targets for the trip. Unfortunately, I only managed to get one photo and a little bit of video that you guys just saw to admire this snake. It is also noted that Eastern brown snakes are quite rare in this area, which only rubbed in the pain of of losing it even more. Though I was hopeful we'd find another one. We never did, but I'm glad I did not grab it, as being the second most venomous snake on the planet, these guys are incredibly, incredibly toxic and will kill you in a matter of minutes. Between 20 and 30 minutes if you do not receive medical attention. So not something you want to hang off you. But nevertheless, a really, really cool encounter with one of the main targets for the trip. All right, so it's started raining, and actually the rain's pretty nuts. But got a spilota in the road. Nice big one. This one's really, really nice. Probably about 5 feet. I just actually de-ticked him. He had a lot of paralysis ticks on him. Really pretty snake, mid-shed. But we're just gonna let this butte off the road and yeah, keep going. Seems like snakes are moving despite the rain, so we're gonna see if we can cruise up something else. big carpet python is the next snake of the night. Look at the head on that guy. I absolutely love these animals as we get further north towards jungle carpet python range. They just look so much cooler in my opinion. And they really do calm down once you handle them. Super awesome. We're gonna let this guy off the road and keep going. So we're just cruising down the track and well, found this beautiful brown tree snake. Seen these guys here before, but it's always a treat to see. This guy is absolutely huge. He's probably about 5 foot, not quite as big as me. And yeah, absolutely one of my favorite snakes to find out here. Even though they're common. That is sweet. Beautiful, big, brown tree snake as the next snake of the night. Beautiful. All right, so it's pissing down rain. It's cold, but found another brown tree snake. This one a little bit smaller. Second one for the night. Always love seeing them. But we're headed back. This is gonna be our last pass down this road. What the hell? Anyways, yeah. This guy was most likely hunting frogs in this little ditch right here. So we're gonna let him do just that. But a beautiful little brown tree snake, Borealis regularis. Kind of a pretty one. It's got some nice black barring on the side. It's like a poor man's night tiger, I'd like to say. Let this guy go and keep moving though. Pretty sweet. All right, so not a snake, but this is a pretty awesome find. This is a White's tree frog, one of the largest tree frogs in the world. And this is been one of my dream things to find. Really, really fascinating. And huge too. Man, that is a cool looking frog. Such a nice change to see from the cane toads. That is super awesome. Look at that thing. That's awesome. Beautiful White's tree frog is the next find of the night. I'm gonna moisten this guy and let him on his way. That is so sick. It's so awesome. All right, so that White's tree frog ended up being the last find of the night that night, road cruising. However, I did find something the next morning poking around a bit of tin that I thought was pretty noteworthy and pretty awesome, so I wanted to pop it in this video instead of adding it to the next video as I was going to do originally. So without further ado, I will cut to that find right now and end the video off there. I came out to flip a bit of tin this morning. It's kind of a nice morning, just rained, and found this guy. This is a marsh snake, Hemiaspis signata, a mildly to moderately venomous little elapid that lives heavily in the water, as their name suggests. And that's exactly where we found this guy, tin almost fully submerged in water. Cool black bellies on these guys. They remind me of almost like an overgrown, spicy red-bellied snake that we get back in the US. Really, really awesome little guys. And they will not sit still. They always like to thrash around. When I first flipped them, I thought it was a Pseudonage textilis, or a texti, eastern brown snake. But once I saw those markings on the head, I knew that this was either a golden crown snake, which is a really, really good find around here, or a marsh snake. Pretty sweet. Loving the elapid diversity on this trip. But I'm gonna flip some more tin and see what I can find.